Hi people, just a quick video. I've just rang up the vets. I can go and get her at 1:45. They were pushing for 1 o'clock, and I said, well, can't we make it quarter to? Yeah, it's been awful. There's no getting. I can't live in a house with no dog. It's horrible. There's a little litter of border collie puppies, not very far away from me. They'll be ready at the end of May, or sort of mid-May. But of course, my operation isn't my gastroscopy isn't until the end of May. So it's just annoying. It's annoying, and there's like a little German Shepherd pup as well. And but anyway, Zed's apparently been very brave, and they were going to give her some food. I said, don't feed her. I said, it's got written on the paper, no food, because she is raw fed, and I don't want her giving her a load of crap food, that'll upset her stomach. So I said, don't feed her, which will actually get her home earlier. But apparently she's still pretty dopey, but that's fine. I asked them to cut her claws, despite the fact that, yes, I can do it, but Zed tends to self-manicure anyway, which is something a lot of collies do. So if she wants to bite her claws, that's up to her. So yeah, everything went okay. Obviously, it's. Hang on a minute. Where's my glasses? Blind as a bat. I am. It's 11 now, and we're leaving at 12:30 to go and get her. So yeah, it's been absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Just waiting. I couldn't wait any longer, so I rang them up. I just needed to know she was okay, and she is fine. Obviously she's going to be a bit drugged and anaesthetic and all of that, but it's not as though I'm a beginner with this stuff. I've had a lot of dogs that I've had to, Sally had a foot-long incision, and then when I took her back to have stitches removed, they said it was the cleanest one they've ever seen. And the same will go for Zed. It's important to keep these things clean. So yeah, I just want my little girl back. I'm sure she's hungry, and I don't want them giving them a wet food, and certainly not kibble. So I made it so clear when I was down there, do not feed her. Because they haven't got any raw food down there, and even if they did, it would probably be a branded variety, which is not what my dog's fed. So no to that. It's written on big letters in the bloody form, no feeding, no food not to be given. I just want to get her home, and then I can feed her and we can go to bed, and then we're actually still on routine. Because tomorrow she's back to work. Obviously she won't be doing a lot of trick work, because she can certainly do heel work and stuff indoors. I'm not having her doing full out run recalls, because she doesn't do slow recalls. She does them at full pelt, and I don't want her straining stitches or whatever they've got there. I'll come and do a video tomorrow and let you see her and see how pissed off she is. Oops, sorry. She'll either be totally pleased to see me, or she's going to make me pay for this. It'll be one of the two, knowing her. She probably thought she was going on an adventure, and then all this nasty stuff happened to her, and she's probably thinking, Mummy, I'm so going to get you. She'll probably bite me. That's alright, she can bite me, I don't mind, as long as it's not too hard. But I just wanted to let you know she's okay, and she's come through it okay, and she'll be home within, yeah, I'll have my little handies on her within the hour, and then I know she's safe because she's with her mummy. And don't get me wrong, I know that she's safe, but she's not with me, is she? And that's where she's used to being, is with me all the time. And I'm sure there are a lot of trainers out there that would argue against that, but as a service dog, she has to know me inside out, what's well, what's not, what's normal, what's not. And as a medical assist dog as well, so yeah, anyway, she's done and dusted, and obviously if she's still dopey and that, it's best just to feed her, take her out for a pee, and put her to bed with me. So I've hoovered. I didn't like this at all. I absolutely hated, Perro de Honstad. Yeah, I felt like that, and 10 times worse, Seriously, it's just awful. absolutely awful. You know, once I get better, I'm going to have to start looking at puppies, aren't I? Clearly, you know, I'm just so exhausted when I get a puppy. But you know, now that the bed in the kitchen is free, because Zed's in the bedroom, why not? Why not? Why not have another one? Because she started to get a bit broody. You know, she's very interested in puppies. You know, so yeah. And unfortunately, there was a lovely litter, and there was a little pup that I really fancied, but she's like in Newcastle, which is a very long way away from me, because I'm right on the south coast in England, in Dorset, and Newcastle's right up north. So, but there is a litter of just 4 little pups out of a really placid-looking bitch from the photos, and the kids are there, and you know, it's in the middle of the New Forest, which isn't far from me, about 13 miles away. I mean, at the moment they're only 4 weeks old, so it's not even really worth going to see them at that age, because you can't tell temperament. I think there's 2 bitches, 2 dogs. Anyway, I'm going to go now, because you know, I want to put some fresh water down and everything for Zed, and you know, God, aren't I a worrier? It wasn't so much worry as it's the first time in I can't even remember how many decades that I've not had a dog in the house, and I don't like it, and it's not happening again. I'm not having it. I am not having this. Anyway, people, thank you all so much for your support, and you know, obviously you know that Zed's going to be very well cared for, slightly babied, possibly. Probably not, actually, because I'm very matter of fact with dogs when they've had surgery, because if you baby them too much, they take advantage. So, you know, she won't be getting in my bed or any of that nonsense. She lies on top of it. Yes. I'm just really glad she's okay. And, you know, they said to me, did I want histology done? You know, in other words, send the lump off to find out what it was. So far, they offered me, do you want us to do blood panel? And I looked at the vet and I said, do you think she needs a blood panel? The vet said no. So, you know, this is a typical vet thing of trying to get more money out of you. And then when I rang up, they said, do you want us to send the lump off for histology? I said, we had a fine needle aspirate done on it. We know it's a sebaceous cyst, so why would we do that? She said, yeah, the vet did say it was a cyst. Do you see what I mean? You cannot blindly go where your vet says, otherwise all they're doing is bumping up your bill all the time. You know, I mean, I like my vets, but if they think that's going to work with me, it's not. I mean, the one thing I could have done was got a hip score done, an x-ray, you know, in case I decide to breed her, but you know, that's further down the line. You know, so this is costing me enough as it is. Not that I mind, and you know, I'd pay twice as much. Yes, she's insured. She is insured, but I'm not going to bother to claim for this, because one, they could maybe possibly argue that it didn't need doing, and 2, I'd rather they didn't bump up her insurance like by a tenner a month or something, just for the, you know, having a little small lump removed. So, you know, I was thinking actually about, hold on people, trying to find a ruler. I've got everything at hand, you know. The lump was about a centimetre across from one side to the other, and that had gone from a pinhead, literally a pinhead, in 4 months to that size. And so, you know, if it's grown that quickly, it's just going to grow more. It's not now, is it? Because it's gone. Okay, people, so she's absolutely fine, and I'm okay. Well, I will be in a bit. And you know, thanks guys for your support. You know, it really truly means a lot to me. You know, one thing I will never do is lie to you, and it does mean the world to me that you support us so much. Okay, lots of love, people. Bye.